May govannen, niblings. Let's play LotRO, episode 43. So I'm still here at Langland's camp. He is sending me to Hollow. We're still trying to find out what happened. Well, we sort of know what happened to the hobbits, although the rangers aren't really telling me. Only Strider knows, really. But we're trying to find out what all of the Nazgul are doing, because Strider needs that information. So he sent me to check in with the other rangers to gather that information. So I'm heading to Hollow. Now, if you don't recall, when Frodo left the Shire, he sold Bag End to the Sackville Bagginses. I need to talk to someone here.
A lovely day, isn't it?
So remember, this was another vector quest. And it sends me here
Stay and have some tea.
Buckland to do quests here. But like I said, most of the quests here in Buckland involve going into the Old Forest, and I'm not going to bother. Now these up here don't.
Will you give me a moment of your time, friend?
They're in the hills north of the Old Forest.
Stay and have some tea.
So I may actually...
Hello, friend. Could you help me with something?
I may actually pick up these quests and do them.
Will you give me a moment of your time,
Although they
friend?
are 2 levels below me, so I think I'll skip them for now. I'll come back if I need to. I don't think I'm going to need to do them. There are a lot of quests in Vreeland. Alright, so, Hollow. So when Frodo left the Shire, he sold Bag End to the Sackville Bagginses, and then he bought a house in Hollow. Now, he never intended to stay there. Buying the house in Hollow was a ruse to throw any who might try to follow him off his trail, because he was leaving the Shire for good. And Fredegar Bolger here is one of his friends who was going to make it look like Hollow was occupied for as long as he could keep up the ruse until people realized that Frodo had in fact disappeared. And he's still here, while all of the other hobbits are gone. Merry and Hobbit and Merry and Pippin and Sam.
Oh, gracious me!
Alright, so Fredegar is still getting over a shock. The riders did burst into the house, but Fredegar had slipped away. But he didn't tell them anything about what was going on, and the hobbits went into the Old Forest. And he hears crows. Oh, here comes some Crabane. Is the girl. Alright, so that was a little easy. Oh, they are quite low level, no wonder. Alright. I didn't get all of them. I got the ones that came down here. Some flew off into the Old Forest, so they are looking for the hobbits. Alright, so he's sending me back to Langland. Alright, so this is Buckland. Buckland is neat. I like the way it's done. Here's Brandy Buck Hall. Is that the name of it? I've read the books many times, but I'm not so good at remembering all of the names of every character and place. But yeah, this is the Great Hall where the Master of Buckland lives, and many of his kin. And then there is the stable route here, which is already unlocked. I don't know if I unlocked it at some point, or what.
A lovely day, isn't it?
And then this is the gate into the Old Forest there that the hobbits take, I believe, in the book. Alright, so I will ride to Adso's camp, but I'm going to dismount before I get there, just like I did before. Because I'm going to stop at Langland's camp. I really like the epic books. They really move forward with the story. I like Volume 1 a lot. I mean, I like all of them. Volume 1 really parallels what's going on in the books. Volume 2, not so much. But Volume 2 is really, really cool because it focuses on the dwarves and the dwarves' history and the dwarves' future and everything. I like the dwarves a lot. And then Volume 3 picks back up with the books. Kind of away from what the books are doing at first, and then kind of merges back into what they're doing. And I'm still playing through Volume 4 on my main character. I haven't finished it. But I'm really enjoying it so far. Seeing Gondor. Alright, so back at Langland.
What do you need?
Okay. So even Langland didn't realize that these hobbits had the ring. But Fredegard did. So he's hoping that Fredegard didn't tell anyone else. Alright, he wants me to go back to Strider. Alright, so luckily I can use my milestone. So I'll do that. Let you get a good look at the animation here. This is the animation for using it on the horse. Alright. Gonna go back into Strider's room and tell him what I've learned from Langland.
You bring dire news.
Okay. He says we have to leave or the enemy will assault Bree. Especially when they're sure that the hobbits have already left the Shire. Finding the Crebain in the Old Forest won't be easy. Alright, he's giving me a choice of bracelets. You know, kind of want to keep my might bracelets. So I'm going to accept it and I'm not going to wear it.
Listen well.
Alright, that triggered a bunch of deeds. So my reputation with the Men of Bree went up. Friend to the Men of Bree deed unlocked. The deed I completed was known to the Men of Bree. Got a title known to the Men of Bree, and some LotRO points. So it's just increasing in standing with the faction, basically. Alright, there is one who could find these Crebain. But he may not really want to help. He used to be known as Orald or Forn. The elves called him Yarwain ben Adar, oldest and fatherless. But these days he's known as Tom Bombadil. So I have to go looking for him. So this is fun. Tom Bombadil, quite a famous character in the books. And it does involve me going into the Old Forest. Luckily I don't have to go far into it, so I won't be spoiling a whole lot for you about the Old Forest. If I remember correctly, there is a little path I can take right on the edge of the forest that goes straight to his house. And I believe they did that on purpose to make it easier for people who were doing the epic quest chain.
How can I be of service?
And who didn't want to get involved with the other quests in the Old Forest. So, the entrance is near Adso's camp, so that's why I'm riding to Adso's camp again. And there is a map here for the Old Forest. So, You can get in through the Barrow Downs, but I'll save that for later. But you can come in kind of up through this way and just slip right in to the edge of the Old Forest. There are a bunch of exploration deeds for the Old Forest, which I may just skip entirely. I might do them off camera. I probably just won't do them at all. If I'm going to... Yeah, I think I'll just skip them. So I don't really need to do deeds in this character. I'm not going to be doing anything that requires me to get very difficult, you know, to max out my virtues or anything. Alright, so there's a path here into the Old Forest. So I can take this. And I'm pretty sure this is the path I was talking about. Yeah, the East Forest Road. It kind of slips you into the Old Forest in a way that will keep you from getting lost. Alright, so, well, not too bad anyway. You can still get lost coming in this way. So, the music has changed. The atmosphere has changed. The Old Forest is a spooky place, which is, like I said, why I don't really want to explore it too much on these videos, because I think it's a lot better if you do that in person yourself. Alright, so we've got some wolves, some tangling roots. Yep, I'm still going the right way though. Should be a break in the trees here sometime soon. Here it is. Let's slip through. Oh, I think I aggroed a couple wolves. Alright, here is Tom Bombadil's house. Now, I absolutely... This is one of my favorite places in the game. It's just so well done. Triggered a deed. The Old Forest exploration. All of the little basins where Tom Bombadil plants his lilies. Little garden. Flowers. More flower beds. Or maybe that's some kind of green that you can eat. Strawberries. And something else. Yucca? Aloe? Who knows? Some kind of pretty flower. And vines growing up the side. And the river and the waterfall down below. I want to hop inside and take a look. Beehives. It's a little bit like Phila's home. Pretty different though. Here's Goldberry. And just look at this incredible house. I don't live in a house like this. All the herbs hanging from the ceiling. The lovely campfire. More bins for lilies. The kitchen. More drying herbs everywhere. It's great. They did a great job with this house. Alright, here's Tom Bombadil. Let me talk to him before he prances off somewhere.
Hey do, merry do, my hearty.
Time enough for bird watching.
What can I do for you today?
He wants help with lily hunting. So, Tom Bombadil will go look for crows. I will gather lilies. And they'll be around Old Man Willow, but be careful. Alrighty, well, Let me get off that so you can get a good look at Tom Bombadil. He's quite the character. It's a nice beard. Okay. Back into the spooky old forest. Here they are. Well, water's too deep for my horse. Alright, so I'm gathering willows. Now, Old Man Willow is sapping my power. But joke's on him, I don't have power. This used to be actually a lot more dangerous. It used to sap your morale and slow you. Alright, so that was all the lilies. I can take them back to Tom. And then we'll see what he can do to help me with Aragorn's quest.
Hey do, merry do, my hearty.
Stronger than hobbit folk you are. Well, yes. Just a bit. So Tom found the birds.
Hello, friend. Can I help you with something?
Alright, so they were over in the barrows. Alright. So he's sending me over to the barrows. Alright, and luckily he has a little trail right here that goes up into the barrows. So I'm avoiding that wolf there. Alright. And here's a little camp, and there's a bunch of quests here that you can do in the barrows.
Might I take a moment of your time?
And these are pretty close to my level, so I'm probably going to come back here and do these. Actually, I'll go ahead and pick them up now. I have
Might I take a moment of your time?
a little bit of time. Alright, so she wants me to defeat crawlers and rats because they carry disease, because some of her companions were beaten by disease.
Could I take a moment of your time?
He wants me to find Lalia. Remember I mentioned Lalia's market? Lalia is a little obsessed with the Cardolan lore and the Barrow Downs.
Could I speak with you a moment?
Right. He wants me to learn about the barrows of 3 important men of Cardolan.
Will you give me a moment of your time, friend?
Okay, he wants me to bring him stones from the Dead Spire. So this guy's a historian, basically.
Would you do something for me?
He wants me to defeat whites. Whites shouldn't be up and walking around.
Would you do something for me?
He wants me to defeat Barghests, who are strange creatures that aren't usually seen in these parts. Okay. So, for right now I'm going to focus on the epic quest. But after I'm done with book 1, I will come back and do all these quests that I just picked up. So here's some of the Barghests that they mentioned. There's some of those crawlers that they mentioned as well. Alright. Now here is someone strange. Oop, crawler's attacking me. This person is wearing Angmara, yeah, clothing of Angmar. Angmaram clothing. Yeah. That crawler. Alright, so she says, you've already failed, that the Crobane have already learned of the hobbits. And these are actually a little bit tougher than I expected. But they're a couple levels over me. And so more of them are attacking me. I'm gonna heal myself. Go into bear form. Alright. She's mad that I defeated her birds. But now I've defeated her. Alright. It's a tougher fight than I was expecting, but still nothing I couldn't handle. Alright, now I can kind of drop down this hill a little. Yep, that worked quite well, actually. I thought I might take a little falling damage, but I didn't. So I can go back in here, talk to Tom Bombadil. So that Angmaram was controlling the bird, or, you know, had trained the birds or something. Basically the keeper of those birds. Was gathering information. Alright, back at Tom Bombadil.
Hey do, merry do, my hearty.
Alright, so they went into Othran Groth. And he's trying to convince me not to go. Alright, so I could take this two-handed club. But I'm pretty sure I figured out that dual weapons are better. I'm going to take it, but I'm not going to use it.
What can I do for you today?
Alright, that knocked me up to level 18, and I got a new skill. Grizzly Cry. It's a bear form skill. Ooh, it's a fear. Ooh, this is going to be cool. I will show it to you the next time I can. Fears are neat. If the Mark of Bjorn is present, then, oh, it becomes an area fear. Oh, that's really cool. Alright. So, I've got to stop here. This episode has already run pretty long, but tune in next time, Niblings, and we will venture into Othran Groth. See you then, Niblings.